The following is a presentation of RMG Sports, award-winning championship television.
Race fans, get ready for Chase to the Checkered. The sun is setting on Jennerstown Speedway's 2002 season, and division championships are in sight. The competition is intense, and the action is sure to heat up. Whoa, not that hot. So have your extinguisher handy. We're turning up the heat, because Chase to the Checkered starts now.
Hi, my name's Lindsay Pyle. I'm from Somerset. Race fans, start your engines.
Race fans, let's get this week's C2C fired up with the highlights from the twin 25-lap features in the Cover Insurance Agency PA Legacy Series. In Race 1, number 4, Brett Boyer took off with the early lead. On lap 5, number 70, PJ Ehrlich got underneath of Boyer and took the lead, bringing number 29, Joey Denowitz along to take the second position. Ehrlich would hold Denowitz at bay for 13 laps, but on lap 18, the caution came out, bunching the pack back up. Ehrlich took off with the lead on the restart. A lap later, Denowitz got into the back of number 70, spinning Ehrlich and several other cars. Ehrlich let everyone know who the culprit was. Race officials took action, sending Denowitz to the back of the pack. This hasn't stopped Joey in the past, but with only 6 laps remaining, could he make it to the front? When the green fell, number 13, Chris Brink, and number 59, Kyle Martell, fought door-to-door for the lead. On lap 21, Brink rubbed his way past Martell. And who's in third? Number 29, Joey Denowitz. It had taken him all of 2 laps to work his way to within reach of the front. With 2 laps to go, Denowitz came alongside of Martell to make it 3 wide down the front stretch. On the final lap, Denowitz came alongside of Brink, took the lead, and never looked back. Denowitz went from last to first and won the first feature in the Cover Insurance Agency PA Legacy Series. Denowitz was followed by Chris Brink, Rick Boyer, Kyle Martell, and Eric Kulikowski in the top 5 finishers. Brad Grace, Bill Miller, PJ Ehrlich, Brett Boyer, and Kep Causer round out the top 10. In Race 2, number 59, Kyle Martell, and number 44, Eric Kulikowski were side by side for the first lap. Number 13, Chris Brink, came in between to make it 3 wide down the front stretch. Before you knew it, number 29, Joey Denowitz, was alongside to make it 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Denowitz shot out with the lead. By lap 10, Denowitz had built an incredible lead, but the Boyer brothers, Rick in the number 04 and Brett in the number 4, were battling with number 13, Chris Brink, for second and third. Denowitz would lead 22 of the 25 laps and win the second PA Legacy Division feature. This win also allowed Denowitz to clinch the 2002 PA Legacy Division Points Championship.
My guys, my Eagle Motorsports Owens Corning guys are awesome. They put so much effort into making this car go on the track as fast as possible, and that's why we're champions up here.
In the second feature, Denowitz was followed by Rick and Brett Boyer, PJ Ehrlich, and Chris Brink in the top 5. Kyle Martell, Dave Campbell, Eric Kilikowski, Brad Grace, and Bill Miller round out the top 10. Denowitz is followed by Brett Boyer, Chris Brink, Kyle Martell, and Dave Campbell in the top 5 in the Cover Insurance Agency PA Legacy Division point standings. Next up, the 96.5 Mountain Chargers. On lap 3, number 88, Jesse King passed number 02, Michael Stevens, for the lead. But as we approach the halfway point, points leader number 55, Curtis Stewart Jr., had caught up with the leader and was knocking on his back door. Stewart went low, blowing by the 88 and taking the lead. As we approached the closing laps, number 04, Robert Shipp, was challenging Stewart for the lead on the outside. But Stewart would pull away in the final lap and go on to win his 11th feature win in 2002 in the 96.5 Mountain Chargers.
Bob really runs well at Motordrome, and up here I didn't expect any different. And he kind of caught me by surprise there in the last 2 laps there when he stuck a fender up there. It kind of caught me off guard, but fortunately I was able to hold him off.
Stewart was followed by Robert Shipp, Jesse King, Travis Smith, and Chuck Slate in the top 5. Michael Stevens, Justin Lasky, Phil Grubbs, Dwayne Knoll, and Greg Praisner make up the top 10 finishers in the feature. Curtis Stewart Jr. is a breath away from capturing the 2002 96.5 Mountain Chargers Championship. He is followed by Travis Smith, Chuck Slate, Phil Grubbs, and Justin Lasky in the top 5 in points. Later in the evening, the Chargers mechanics got behind the wheel of their cars. Talk about you wreck it, you fix it. Rick Sheeler took the checkered in Justin Lasky's number 97.
I wasn't thinking about him behind me, that's for sure. I just had to prove one point that this one's for Haas.
Coming up next, we've got the highlights from the rest of the night's races, including the Wheeler Brothers AC Delco late models and the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks. That's next on Chase to the Checkered. Race fans, welcome back to Chase to the Checkered. In the men's Enduro feature, it was once again Hooversville's Gregory Lord and Victory Lane. Now, it's the action from the Senwest Street Stocks. As the Brooks Automotive Group pace car dipped into the pits, number 74, Jason Holder blasted out to the front. Three laps in, the pack caught up to the leader, and number 34, Richard Nicola, and number 14, Adam Kostelnik, were hounding Holder for the lead. The pack rode like this for 3 more laps, but Kostelnik tapped Holder on the front stretch. The 74 kept it together, but Kostelnik shot low and passed Holder for the lead. A lap later, Richard Nicola also used the inside groove and got past Holder, bringing number 9, George Nicola Jr. with him. Jason Holder was moved to 4th. Meanwhile, number 14, Adam Kostelnik, was enjoying a nice lead over the Nicolas, but his lead would evaporate on lap 14, when number 29, Jimmy Krieger, was in the wall in the backstretch. The field was stopped under a red flag, while medical professionals tended to the Freedom's PA driver. Krieger was complaining of back and head pain and was taken to the hospital. He was released later in the evening. On the restart, number 14, Adam Kostelnik, and number 9, George Nicola Jr. rode door-to-door for 3 laps. Kostelnik eventually got past the number 9, retaking the lead. Nicola was left to deal with the assault by number 0, Ding Colarusso. Colarusso passed Nicola for 2nd on lap 18 out of turn 4. Nicola and Colarusso were again door to door as we came to the final laps. Nicola got by the number 0 and took second. But this race belonged to the number 14 as Adam Kostelnik drove off with the win in the Sen West Street Stocks feature.
We've been off motor-wise, handling-wise. Not actually having a bad year, just not winning as much. Competition's a lot better. Gotten a couple wrecks, set me back. But this year, I don't know, we just come back and we won a couple races. Like I said, it's not a real bad year. We're third in points. Nothing to be ashamed of there.
Kostelnik, Nicola, and Colarusso were followed by Roger Onstead and Jeff Petrini in the top 5. Richard Nicola, June Wyant, Robert Young, Jason Holder, and Al Civic make up the top 10 finishers in the feature. As we come up on the last feature of the season, George Nicola Jr. holds an 18-point lead over Dink Colarusso. Adam Kostelnik is within striking distance in third. Roger Onstead and David Tavermina round out the top 5 in the Sen West Street Stocks points. Now, 50 laps of the Wheeler Brothers AC Delco late models. Number 14, Kerry Tadero, had the lead early in the race, but number 94, Mark Smith, was working his way forward from his 6th place starting position. After riding behind the number 92 car of Jamie Bolkovac for several laps, Smith moves down and uses a draft off of number 6, Snooky Williams, to pass Bolkovac. Smith cuts it a bit close, but keeps it together. On lap 16, Smith gets by Snooky Williams to get the 2nd position. It only took him 2 laps, and Mark Smith piloted the Richter Motorsports Taurus past Tadero for the lead. On lap 30, points leader number 98, Neil Brown, moved past number 75, Barry Audi, for the 4th place spot. 7 laps went by, and the Silver Bullet shot by Williams to capture the 3rd place spot. With 8 laps left, Brown caught up to Kerry Tadero and passed him, taking the 2nd place spot. But the leader, number 94, Mark Smith, was way out in front, and there would be no catching him. Mark Smith went on to win a caution-free feature in the Wheeler Brothers AC Delco late models.
Man, we go at the beginning, but boy, does it fall off. If Neil would take off like he ends, man, it would be bad because there's no way I could have held him. It's hard to remain calm in them and try to wait. And I mean, everybody's running good. I mean, you're only a tenth faster than someone else, and to pass them, it's really hard. And you really got to get up on the wheel and start really working the wheel on the outside and trying to get the car to go.
In his 7th feature win of 2002, Myersdale's Mark Smith was followed by Neil Brown in 2nd. Kerry Tadero, who ran a strong race, finished 3rd ahead of Barry Audi and Brad Creighton. Mark Catone, Snooky Williams, Chucky Kessler, Jamie Bolkovac, and Lonnie McKenzie round out the top 10 feature finishers. His 2nd place finish helps Neil Brown hold on to his lead in the Wheeler Brothers AC Delco late model points. Barry Audi is just 20 points away in 2nd, and Mark Smith is only 22 points behind him in 3rd. Mark Catone and Bobby Henry round out the top 5 in the points. Coming up on Chase to the Checkered, we've got all the action from the twin 25-lap features of the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks. Don't move, because we're coming right back. Welcome back to Chase to the Checkered. We wrap this week's show up with the highlights from the twin 25-lap features in the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks. In race 1, number 00, Jason Hounsel took off with the lead, while an aggressive pack went 3 wide for position on the backstretch. By lap 3, number 12, Aaron Will, and number 20, Josh Kokenauer, got by the 00 for the lead. Kokenauer wasn't satisfied with 2nd and would challenge Will for the lead. Kokenauer's fight to get past Will would last for 9 laps, but a fiery crash by number 51, Dave Manns, brought the race to a stop. Mans was quickly removed from the vehicle as the flames were being doused. Mans had a broken nose, and so did his truck. On the restart, on lap 12, number 20, Josh Kokenauer, shot ahead for the lead. With 5 laps to go, number 8, points leader Marion Reno Jr. had caught up to Kokenauer. Reno would try the inside, but Kokenauer was just too strong. As they came through turns 3 and 4 on the final lap, Reno came alongside of Kokenauer, but the number 20 stayed on the throttle, and Josh Kokenauer won the first feature in the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks. The Somerset, PA driver was followed by Reno, Aaron Will, Dave Brunel, and Todd Price in the top 5 feature finishers. Jason Lasky, Dave Marrow, Jason Hounsel, Eugene Ciferno, and Curtis Stewart Jr. round out the top 10 finishers in Race 1. In Race 2, number 16, Eugene Ciferno, led the first 4 laps, but number 00, Jason Hounsel, would get by and bring number 97, Jason Lasky, with him. Lasky then got by Hounsel for the lead in turns 3 and 4. But the caution would fly as number 0, Dave Brunel, and number 16, Eugene Ciferno, were stopped out of turn 2. This is the second week in a row that Brunel and the turn 2 wall met each other. On the restart on lap 6, Lasky had the inside groove, but race 1 winner number 20, Josh Kokenauer, blasted by the 97 for the lead on the backstretch. 3 wide racing was common throughout the feature. Here, number 96, Todd Price, and number 8, Marion Reno Jr. used the inside groove to pass Lasky and Hounsel. As the race approached the halfway point, Reno and Price were side by side for second. Reno got past the 96 out of turn 2. By lap 18, Reno had worked his way to the inside of the leader, Kokenauer. The two would ride door to door for 4 laps. On lap 22, Kokenauer would get out in front. Kokenauer, Reno, and Price were bumper to bumper for the final lap. The points lead is tight in this division, so we knew there would be an exciting finish. Reno worked his way to the inside of Kokenauer. Todd Price then goes low to make it 3 wide out of turn 4, coming up to the checkered. Kokenauer and Reno made contact, and the number 20 takes the win. Reno and Price both lose tires, and Reno makes contact with the wall. But the night belonged to Josh Kokenauer, as he won both of the 25-lap features of the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks.
This is the greatest feeling in the world to win 2 in one night. I got to give it to my crew. They're on their toes week in, week out. If we have a bad night, they just tell us, regroup, we'll come back and get them next week, and that's what we did. Reno, tough competition. I knew he'd race me clean. And what happened, happened. If we got first, we got second, it was still a good run.
In race 2, Kokenauer, Reno, and Price were followed by Aaron Will and Jason Lasky in the top 5. Dave Marrow, Jason Hounsel, Eugene Ciferno, Curtis Stewart Jr., and Munhall, PA's Bill Winterba round out the top 10 in the second feature. With his back-to-back second-place finishes, White Oak, PA's Marion Reno Jr. retakes the points lead. Todd Price is just 6 points behind him in second, and Josh Kokenauer is 8 points behind in third. This week's race will determine our points champion in the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks division. And that's not all we'll see tonight at Jennerstown Speedway. There's a full slate of activities planned, including helicopter rides, a skydiver, and the display of the world's largest American flag. Then, when we drop the green, champions will be crowned in all 5 divisions. Plus, you won't want to miss the excitement of the Flight 93 Memorial Race presented by CarQuest. The 93-lap late model feature could determine our track champion. Get to Jennerstown Speedway tonight for all the excitement. Then on October 5th, Jennerstown Speedway wraps up its 2002 season with the USAR Hooters Pro Cup Championship Series. We'll also crown the champion of the Naturally Fresh Challenge Series. Tickets are on sale now. I'm Bubba Connor from 96.5 The Mountain. Tune in next week for the 2002 grand finale of Chase to the Checkered.